What is going on? Oh man, I am worn out. It has been a long week at work. Jesus. Is my mic working? Yeah, it's working. Alright, cool. Yeah, I feel you, Chris. They just dealing with different print stuff during ERRF was a pain in the butt. I was dealing with quite a few issues with the hypercube that I was building, and I brought it with me in hopes that I might get it kicking. Oh, sweet, thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I took the hypercube with me to try to get it up and running, and I also brought my clone with me. Trolling for dollars, what's going on, bud? Out of all the issues I ran into the hypercube, I finally replaced the board on it, figuring that was it. Now it's moving correctly, but the problem is that the thermistor is cracked. So I should have another thermistor in by Monday, and then I'll be able to get my videos on the build for the hypercube out. But yeah, so what is everybody up to other than busted printers and bad fans? Oh, from Kenny 3D, what's going on? That's awesome. Yeah, I kicked it in there. I wasn't sure if I'd grab anybody or not. I asked Walter the other day if I could post up when I went live. He said, sure, not a problem. Oh, I'm beat to death. I'm working way too hard at work. Yeah, I do too. That is a great thermistor. At actually ERRF, I saw their gold V6, and the E3D V6 is what I'm using on the hypercube. So, I mean, it's a great hot end. I really enjoy it. I can't believe I cracked the thermistor that was in there was the glass ceramic one. And I don't know what happened, but the wires started to fray, and then it cracked. So what is my story? Well, you know, I do 3D printing, I do making and stuff like that. I had a table at ERRF with some different stuff, but I mostly do different maker things, and then I play video games and do all kinds of things nerdy. Or geeky, because that's what I am. But yeah, everybody's been talking about what they saw at ERRF and stuff. I kind of checked in on that with the Friday night stream. I figured I would talk a little bit more, maybe go through some of the pictures that we got, and talk about the project I'm working on with all the maker coins I got at ERRF. Let's see. I already messed around with all my stickers and stuff. Let's see if I get that in there. Yeah. Essentially, anybody that gave me a sticker goes up at ERRF. It went onto this board, and I'm gonna cut it down and make it smaller and frame it up and put it in here in my office. And then oh yeah. It's tough to run a booth to promote things at ERRF and still have time to get around and chat. Oh yeah, see that was my problem, is I got stuck. No, you're fine, man. No big deal. You're good. No, I was running the booth at ERRF, my table essentially. I was trying to promote my channel, kind of talk to people, trying to get the education out there about the hypercube design a little bit more, answering it pretty much any questions that I could get, and kind of get everything on the ball with that. The hypercube is an essential itself, a rip-wrap printer, and not a lot of people feel confident enough to build it. So that's kind of like what I'm doing with my hypercube, and then I'm gonna throw up the tutorial directions on my channel to kind of help everybody out with list of pieces or where to get the actual kit that I built. Carl Brown, what's going on, bud? Please take no offense. I am new here. That's okay. If you got questions, I've got answers. If I don't have the answer, I will point you in the right direction to get one. But yeah, that's essentially kind of what I do. I do, like I said, a lot of different maker stuff. I build robots. I build sculptures and stuff like that. Looking into building a 500 by 500 by 600 hypercube. That's not bad. That's fairly big, and it's actually a fairly decent printer. You're gonna use the Core XY print, I assume, to kind of keep with the whole hypercube thing. That was a stupid statement. My controller board, I am using, I'm trying to keep the hypercube build cheap. Well, budgeted fairly low. It's a 300 by 300 by 300 build capacity. So that being what it is, the hypercube itself is going to be just under $500 to completely build. And the controller board I'm using is the Atmega, the Ramps Shield 1.4, and then the Ramps LCD 1.4 as well. Core XY welded steel frame and welded aluminum bed frame. Oh, so you're gonna weld right out. That's not bad. I do not have the massive experience with welding. I've done circuit board welding, or soldering, I guess. It's not really welding. And I've done some welding with different materials like iron, steel, and I want to say that's about it, though. Yeah, I've got this hypercube that I've built. That's the 300 cube, and then I'm also designing one that's going to be 2 feet wide, 2 feet high, and 1 foot deep as well. But on that one, the gantry is going to be the Core XY, but the Z, instead of bringing the entire bed up, I'm going to put the hot end on a moving gantry pole that's going to come down to the bed and then move around. And I'm thinking about doubling up so that there's actually 2 moving heads on there, where the left side will be able to go all 100% across the bed, but the right side will only be able to do 50%. That way I can either do 2 different prints at the exact same time, or I can take over the whole bed. Oh, very nice. I do a fair bit of carpentry myself. I love playing with things, but I like to, again, like I said, I like to make things. And another thing I'm going to do during this whole stream is I'm going to go into Fusion 360 and do some design work, so you guys can kind of see the project I'm working on for all the maker coins that I got. Does it warp? Yeah. Let's see. Or just really thick aluminum plates, maybe. I'm not a hardware expert. I'm a software guy. Yeah, see, that's that's where I tend to differ from everybody else. I am definitely more of a hardware guy. I can do software, but I'm not very good at it. Most of the programming experience I have is like I've fiddled around with Java and stuff like that, and a little bit of C+ here and there. And then as for dealing with like Arduino programming and stuff, most of it's based into robotics, but it's very limited. I know. I agree. 1 degree out of square is a failure. I've definitely been looking into getting into doing more welding and stuff like that. Now I'm not talking like massive welding, but my goal is to build much better robots than what I've done in the past, and I want to actually build a functioning everyday household robot eventually. And Vectorworks. I have no experience with Vectorworks. I have heard of it though, and I've seen lots of videos on kind of how people use it for different things. I've heard it's extremely helpful by comparison. Oops. Coke is not one of my sponsors. I don't have any sponsors because that's not what I do YouTube for. My general purpose is to teach and to kind of like build up the community. That's my plan. I'm not worried about sponsors or whatnot. I mean, if one day the channel gets big enough to fund my projects, that would be great, but that's not why I'm here. And to be said, I fault nobody that does YouTube for a living. More power to you. Good on you. I mean, that's the YouTube dream, as it were, but it's just not my thing. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and then there will be more videos and more projects and stuff like that to fill my time. Seems every time I type a response, my system drops the chat, so don't be offended if I don't chat much. No, it's okay. You're alright. We're all here talking and stuff like that for right now. It's all good. Aberration is releasing at... Wow, that must be from an old stream. Alright, I gotta fix my description box later. That's nice. Alright. Okay, so give me just a second. Vince, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the party. Alright, so kind of to break everybody down with what's going on. So essentially what the purpose of this is I'm gonna kind of use this time, use this time to kind of go over what my next project is, a couple of projects I'm working on, and get more information down to one of the projects that I am working on, and kind of get your input, everybody's input on kind of the design of this thing, because this project is for the community. What I'm working on is going to go with me to ERRF next year, to kind of show off what I've done, and hopefully more people will bring maker coins with them to ERRF next year so that I can get them and add them into it. But I'm planning on doing one of these every year. So essentially what happened is, like, I ended up with a crap ton of maker coins at ERRF this year. One of which was, I mean, I got Chris's basement one. Ended up with James's from Print and Play. FT. That one's kind of super bright. That is such a wacky yellow color. Fun King 3D. let's see. This one, I think this one is from John and Ken's. I don't know if you could see that or not. That is so neat. I love the way this one actually worked out. Oh, John. That's funny you show up. There's your maker coin I got from you guys. Kind of nice timing. I got a really neat one too, which was this one here, which is from Potent Printing. Printables. This thing is a top. You can actually... Part of that bothers me the most is that with it being a top, there's also a slot in it for a business card, but I couldn't get it to spin with the business card in there. So it looks really good for holding a business card, but not great for actually like spinning with the business card on it. But yeah, so anyways, the general purpose of this is I want to take all these maker coins and I want to put them into a giant maker coin. I'm not going to reprint them or anything, but my plan is to build probably out of wood because I like working with wood along with 3D printing and stuff like that. But my plan is to build a giant maker coin, and in the center of this maker coin, I want to put all of the maker coins that I got into the center of it. And then I'm going to pour art resin or aqua resin over top of it, add some lights around the center of it, and seal these maker coins under resin, which is my general plan. So that's FT coins. Fujitech 3D printing. Oh, okay, that's whose that was. See, the thing is that a lot of these maker coins that I got, my wife actually ran around because I was stuck at the table. You can actually ask John. I was stuck at the table the whole time because I was giving out filament from Ziltech along with kind of like the working on my printers. And Fujitech. The Fujitech. Yeah. I got a skewed view. That's who that was. That was a skewed views maker coin. I ended up with a purple one from 3DP Iceland. And this one actually, it kind of brings up an interesting point. See, some of these people are far more design heavy than I am. I went super basic with my coin. Though this one is kind of basic, but it's more along the lines of more awesome than mine is. That actually looks really good. But for example, you have John and Ken's coin. Now their coin has their name on one side, and then it has a giant paw print on the other one. So I'm actually going to use both. I got two different coins from them, and I'm going to put both of these coins into the mix because of the fact that it has two different things, one on each side, which for one shows great creativity in my opinion, and it also shows that they actually took time dealing with like the print mix up and everything. Like, look at that. You don't. It's the coin spirals out. That's so neat. You made yours in Tinkercad. Oh, okay. I made mine in Fusion 360. Most of my design experience comes from AutoCAD and Blender. I used Blender a lot when I was in college studying video game design. So I've done a lot of organic, different organic sculptures and stuff like that through Blender. And then everything else I've done has been in AutoCAD for robotics and stuff like that. I've never really gotten into Tinkercad, but I will actually get a hold of that and try it out because I've never really used it enough to kind of say that's the better system or whatnot. I don't really have enough experience with it to actually say whether I like it or not. But I've heard lots of good things. But yeah, 3DP Iceland, for example, this one is super light, so my camera is not picking it up very well. But he's going to have 2 coins in there as well, because he's got his head on one side and then 3DP Iceland on the back. So I'm going to put both of these in there. Fun King 3D's little badge, because they got to be different. Man, that is whiting out hardcore. I've got to adjust that. Do I have my green screen on? I don't think I do. No, I don't have my chroma key on. Alright, just wanted to make sure. But I ended up with a lot of really neat ones. I love the filament choice for this one here. This was 3D printing llamas. Though, I'm not going to lie, it's a neat coin, and the filament choice is really good, but that does not look like a llama's head to me. It may be a llama's head. I'm not 100% on that. One doll hair. That's cool. Let's see. Nav 3D. Got that coin. Let's see. The only one I didn't get 2 coins of was TP3D. I only ended up with 1 of these. But this one does have something on the back of it. It's today's 3D printing. Which this one's only going to be, I've only got the one, so only one's going to go into the mix. Got IT Mom. But yeah, if you're watching this and you're going to be at ERRF next year, definitely keep in mind of the project that I'm doing, because I want as many of the people actually bringing me maker coins as possible. Let's see, I got behind on the chat. What happened? Let's see. If you've seen the F3D PCH community project display at ERRF, mine was printed into my part. Okay. Yeah, I did see that actually. Let's see. There's benefits of both Tinkercad and Fusion 360. IMO just depends on what you want to do. I've had trouble getting used to Fusion 360 coming from regular AutoCAD, actually. See that? I thought I was actually going to have that exact. Yeah, is that a K? See, it was printed so small. It is a K. NAC 3D. That is a K. But no, actually, I had less of a problem getting used to it than I thought I was going to. Canadian Maker Project. I got one of their coins. This is one of the old coins. You should have seen the ones that that John was messing with. He was actually trying to give the coin a little bit more definition. It actually looked really good. I actually also got this coin, and I have no idea who that is. The coin looks amazing. I actually really like it. And it may not even be a coin. I just thought it was cool. But my wife collected most of these for me. Tanner 3D. Hey, what's going on, Tanner? Yeah, the color version. But yeah, if you guys know whose maker coin that is, if you could let me know when I get the project built together. I want to make sure everybody's kind of on the same page and kind of let them know that I'm using their coins. Got this from See Me CNC. Actually, it was a group there that was selling the See Me CNCs on the East Coast. I think they were in North Carolina or something like that. IT Mom. And then you got Country 3Ds, which is really neat. I got this one. This is one of his regular ones. And then he's got the ones that have the hat on them. So I'm going to put both of these into the project so that you can really see the hat. Again, the people with two on their sides. Now, I did get two different coins from Askewed View. The problem being is that both sides of a skewed views coin are exactly the same. And I haven't decided which coin I'm actually going to put into the mix yet, but I got this really nice purple one and then a blue one. I don't know which one I should put into it, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I think that's, I'm not sure if that's, yeah, I think that's just PLA. Let's see, yeah. Polyalchemy is expensive, so coins are small. No, that's fair. I haven't got my hands on any of the polyalchemy filament yet, because it is so expensive. And yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind it being small. It looks really good. Was this So the barking you can hear in the background is that everybody in my neighborhood has decided that for the last couple of nights they're going to launch fireworks into the air. And it doesn't bother me. It just really pisses off my dogs. Uncle Jesse's little hammer. That's going to go in there. And I've got this from the Mosaic. I'm going to put this in there. This isn't really a maker coin, but this was kind of what they were giving out. And I took the metal band off of it, and I'm really gonna put that together. Oh, John and Ken, my wife said hi. You got 3D PG, really small coin, which is cool. And then the one from Ron, blast it, brew it, print it, build it. Oh, sure. Well, see, I live in Virginia, and there's kind of this, like, unwritten law, I guess, is that if there's fireworks being shot around outside, everybody can drink outside. So that's kind of what they do. All right. Oh, yeah. No, I completely agree. That polyalchemy really looks amazing, and I want to get my hands on a couple rolls of it because of some of the stuff I want to do in the future, and also I want to get my hands on some of that tie-dye color change filament that's multiple colors, but everywhere I look it's sold out. Every single bit of it is sold out. I'm not a big fan of the fact that it only comes in 500 gram rolls either. Oh, definitely. There you go, John. I added you as a moderator on the channel. That way you can post the link again. You should be able to post links now. Mind you, it doesn't mean you have to do moderator like type things or anything like that, just so that you could post the link up so everybody could see it. This link that John just posted up, he did a remake for Canadian Maker Project's coin for Ron. And it looks really good. John and Ken both have great talent for creating. I'm mediocre at best. But yeah. So the hypercube is looking good. I finally fixed the thank you, Trolling for Dollars. I literally just passed 200 right after getting back from ERRF. I was averaging about 2 to 3 new subs a day. My next goal, obviously, is 500 compared to everybody else, or 250 or something like that. If I get to 500, my plan is to do something kind of special, but I'm just not sure what it is yet, because that's still an illusory goal that I haven't seen yet. So I'm sure I'll come up with something before I get there. But yeah, I did hit 200, which was amazing for me. I never thought that my channel would make it this far. Armethod 2 is now following you. Nice. And I'm up to, holy cow, I'm up to 210. Last time I checked, it was at 27. That means I've gained 3 today since I started streaming. That's awesome. That's super exciting. It's not telling me who subbed yet. Some people don't share their subscriptions, but if I do see your name as part of the subscription feed when it comes up, and I get a notification, or if I'm allowed to see you on my subscriber field, I give a shout out to everybody, all the new subscribers, when I do a new video. It's kind of a way of saying thank you. Oh, well, thank you. I try to seem cool, but it's entirely an act. I'm mostly nervous. Ron, hey bud, I was just talking about your coin a minute ago. How's it going? Yeah, he's been doing really good. I've tried to jump in to a couple of his live streams. Yeah, I just went live at 9 o'clock Eastern time, kind of discussing what I've been doing, and kind of give everybody an update on what's going on with the channel. Yeah. Yeah, Canadian Maker Project's been doing some pretty neat stuff. I know there have been several that went over 100 just after ERRF from all the networking out there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there were a lot of people that went over 100 just because of ERRF. And I mean, a lot of people were going around ERRF talking to the different vendors and stuff like that, which is a neat thing to do at ERRF, because there was a lot of vendors there and a lot of information. And I generally went around to meet all my friends. That was kind of like my goal. My wife was doing lots of networking and meeting lots of people that were there, and which was really neat. And she was really talking to all the vendors and getting a lot of information for me and stuff like that, and a lot of information for the channel. But my general goal was to really meet people. That's, again, that is the purpose of my channel. A lot of people do YouTube for several different reasons. Again, like I said before, I really want to connect with people. I really want to increase the information that's out there, really teach people kind of like what's going on, add information if I can, and definitely learn as much as I can. Oh yeah. I am a fan of down-to-earth makers. Yeah, no, I that's me, 100%. I try to stay as down-to-earth as possible. I do get kind of loopy and wacky as much as I can, but that is really how I am. Great wife equals great life. Oh yeah, man. I love my wife to death. She's super cool. And funny story. My wife isn't the only one that's cool. Her family is really cool as well. The first time she took me over to meet her family, we played video games together. All of us. We played Gears of War against each other, which was super neat. I had such an amazing time. And I married into a nerdy family. I live in a nerdy family. It's great. I'm a geek. My wife's a geek. My daughter's a geek. We do all kinds of stuff. Gunner for Air. Hey, what's going on, bud? Say, oh man, there's loads of people here. That was such a good time. Minnesota Maker. Hey, what's going on, Minnesota? just got another subscriber too. Look at that. All right. Oh, I gotta stop paying attention to that. But yeah, you're so lucky. Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely feel lucky every chance I get, and I mean, the greatest part about my life is I can, when I get home from work every night and stuff like that, and I talk to my wife, and we'd start discussing things like what we're gonna do or what projects we're working on and stuff like that, and we're just like, yeah, you know, we're just gonna hang out, and we sit there in bed, and she'll be playing Pokemon on her Game Boy, and I'll be playing Pokemon on mine, and we'll battle each other, or trade Pokemon or whatever, and then we'll just give each other shit about it. I'm actually complaining about, oh, you're horrible at this game. And, I mean, we'll talk trash to each other about video games and stuff like that. It's great. She'll play Halo with me. She'll play Gears of War. She's fairly good at most of them, and she just destroys me in Gears like 100%. I can't compete. Halo, on the other hand, you know, that's a completely different story. But we had she was at the mall just right next to where I was working at, and I was telling her about all the different stuff I want to build, and I told her I want to build another R2, I want to build C-3PO and Wally and all these different robots and stuff like that, and she sends me a message back, and she's like, can we get a bigger house before you turn my house into Wada's workshop? And I was like, oh, I definitely married the perfect woman. Pawpaw's Projects. What's going on, bud? Nice to see you here. Catch you later. I gotta do my stream. Feel the love for CMP crew. Yeah, bud. Enjoy your stream, man. I'll kick over there as soon as I come by. Matt Johnson, how's it going? Wales 3D, what's going on? Roy, how's it going? Yeah, there's a lot of people from Country Club over here today. It's really neat. I've been catching all of his coffee streams in the morning. I thought about streaming in the morning, but there's a lot of people that there's a lot of people that stream in the morning to do coffee and stuff like that, and I enjoy watching those more than I actually want to stream. For one. For two, that early in the morning, I'm driving to work. I leave my house at 7:30 in the morning, 7:30 to 8 in the morning, and I don't get to work until 9 to 9:30. So it's an hour and a half of really boring driving. So thinking along those lines, I could stream my ride to work and you could listen to me ramble for an hour and a half. But I think reading chat while driving by myself would be extremely dangerous. And I'm not willing to put people at risk. So I think if I'm going to do more streaming, I'm going to definitely do more in the afternoon. Oh. Thanks, Wow. Is it Wheel? Wiles 3D? Wiles 3D? I'll definitely have to talk to you in the country club to make sure I pronounce your name correctly. Oh yeah, I appreciate the sub, man. Thank you. Wiles 3D. Oh, I actually got a notification for that one. Nice. All right, so Wile E. Okay, got you. Thank you for the correction. Wow, Wile Coyote. Wily 3D. Very nice. Keeping the Wily Coyote alive. You know, that... I feel that he got the short end of the stick in all those cartoons. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the Roadrunner was an interesting character, but the hero in that cartoon was definitely Wily Coyote. Yeah, you could make up the morning coffee time when Walter is busy working at his new job. I could definitely do that. I mean, I'll talk to him and see what's up, kind of see what his schedule is. Maybe what I'll do. Actually, there's a text to speech application I've been looking into. That if I'm gonna stream in the morning from my car as I'm driving to work to kind of talk to everybody, if I decide to do that, that will solve my reading and driving problem. Again, I think that's super dangerous. I don't text and drive. I try not to play with my phone as much as possible. And I would say I'd read everybody's comments at the lights, but between my house and work, there's 5 lights, and there's 2 right after I leave the house in like the first 20 minutes, and then there's not another one for an hour. Discord has a text-to-speech option. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that it is a bit long. I live in Virginia, but I work in DC. So it's 76 miles from my front door until I get to work. Take Uber to work, and then you can do streaming. Okay. The Uber trip from my house to work is about $84, which is almost more than I make in a day. That's probably not true. It's over half of what I make in a day. I would say that's probably over half of what I make a day doing my job. It's not bad. It's not bad pay. It really isn't. I'm an application support coordinator, which that's my day job. Essentially it's my job to coordinate between for anybody who has ever done tech support at all. My job is to coordinate between the development team and the tech support team to kind of go over everything that's going on. What changes are coming into the programs, where they need to focus on what kind of issues they should see and what kind of issues they have seen, and get those to development faster than putting in a ticket. Yeah, well, it's funny you say that, John. I am looking to move closer. I want to move closer to where I work, but I don't want to live in DC. It's not that I have a problem with DC specifically, except I hate driving in DC. Like, absolutely hate it. Everybody there, it's like driving in the middle of New York. New York. I mean, everybody's in a hurry. Everybody's more important than you are. And driving through DC is going to give me a heart attack. So I'm going to live outside DC, but, you know, I definitely want to move closer. Let's see. Is that like Office Space, I have people skills guy? Not necessarily like that. Essentially my job is to be an asshole. And I say that kind of like with a grain of salt, because the tier 2 team, the tier 2 tech support team, will essentially put in tickets to have stuff taken care of, and then they sit there and wait. My job is to go and be like, all right, it's been here long enough. Let's fix this problem. Let's solve this problem. I bought a pricey sports car a few years ago and now drive an extra 2 miles back and forth to work every day. Yeah. I'm lucky that my car gets 40 miles to the gallon on average. Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't be working where I'm working at, because I would just be throwing money away. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, oh, saying that DC traffic sucks is an understatement. It's much worse than sucks. Let's see. Fun fact: we were stuck in DC for 6 hours on the way to Earth due to bad accident and explosion. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. That does not surprise me in the slightest. It is god awful traffic. There has been many. There is not a story that has involved traffic in. Yes, we are talking about Washington D.C., Gunner. There has not been a story that's involved traffic in relation to DC that I have not believed that I've ever been told. They're just that bad. It's just I mean, I have much respect for anybody that lives there and deals with that on a regular basis. I just can't do it. I'm too paranoid about getting in a car accident or somebody running me off the road or something like that. No, I feel you. Spent a year at Andrews Air Force Base, only base I ever lived on, just because I didn't want to. That's probably the safest choice of action. Oh, 3D Medic. Thanks for the sub. Oh, you gave John a sub. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you subbed to me a while back, I think, which was awesome too. Your half brother lives in DC. All right, so let's get to this design process. So let's see. I think the circle I'm going to use for the center is going to be probably 2.5, maybe 3 feet in diameter. I'm not 100% sure on that. Hang on, let me go measure the piece of wood I picked up. Rah! So your half brother lives in DC. Poor guy. Feels bad. So what else has everybody else been working on recently? I am curious. I do lots of random stuff, so I want to know what everybody else is working on, whether it be. My cat knocked my office door open. So everybody's been as a non-American, DC is one of the least exciting U.S. cities. Oh no, I agree. There are a lot better places to visit in DC than that. FP3D, I've got your coin. I got your maker coin. Oh, Carson Lee, there's my wife. Smithsonian museums, but other than that, I don't care about going to DC. FP3D, what's that? All right, so the board that I got, that's going to be the main part of this, which is going to be where everybody's coins are going to be sitting at, is 2 feet. So let's go ahead and jump over here. Yeah, it's a Geek Wife. I keep trying to get her to change her name to be like Geek Wife or something like that. She just hasn't done it yet. She's going back to bed. Apparently I woke her up. Yeah, let's see. Let's jump over here. super smashed. I need to increase the font on this because it's too hard to read. Chat. Let's do... There we go. Now I should be able to read it. All I can hear is Walter yelling from the end of Bina. Alright. So, essentially what the plan is I want to... It's going to be 24... Okay, fine. What you don't see is I have a cat who is now harassing my leg. And he'll come into my office and harass my arm. Let me go back to the chat screen. Let me make this a little bigger. My cat. I have a few cats. And my cat will come into my office. And unlike most people, he will sit there and harass my arm. He'll reach up and he'll grab a hold of my arm until he gets attention. So now he's in my lap. Hey, Carl, my kids trip out every time Walter yells it out. Yep. Red Light 34, what's going on? Yeah, my wife loves it when I spend a lot of time talking to Walter because I grew up down south in Douglasville, Georgia area, in Tallahassee, Florida is where I grew up. And the longer I talk to Walter, the faster my southern accent comes back, and that just drives my wife crazy. She loves it. Oh. The cat is harassing me now. All right, so let's do this. Let's go over to Fusion 360 and let's get set up for this sketch. So what I want to do, let's go to, which one is the top? That's this one. All right, so we're gonna, I don't want to do top, do I? I want to do left or right so that it spins around correctly. So let's do front. Let's do sketch. Get a line. We'll do here. Now I'm gonna have to change this to inches just for the sheer fact that what I'm working on is going to be a little different than what I want to do. All right, so we're going to start in the center here, and the board that I'm using is going to be 24 inches in diameter. So because of what we're going to do here, let's go ahead and start here. We'll do 12. And then I want to say that the width of this thing is about 3/4 of an inch, I guess. Yeah. So let's do 3/4 of an inch. Up. Three-quarters of an inch. And then we'll come this way by 12. All right. So let's seal this off as a solid piece. I don't need you. And I'll put you out there for right now. So essentially what I want to do is I want to make this thing look like an actual giant maker coin is my plan. Now the general goal, since we're, let's see, it's 5, 10, that's 12. Okay. So I'm going to give this thing about an inch overhang. So let's come up to here. That'll give me about 1.25 inches to work with. Let's do 2 inches of resin. That should work. All right, so then we'll come up here. Let's see. Let's do something like this. Let's do like this, something like this. Like this. Like that. Like that. And we'll bring it back here like this. It's going to be super awkward. All right. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. All right, let's see. Let's add some arches in here. Let's do 1, 2, like that. Let's get rid of this one. I wanted to come in more, I think. This isn't going to be printed, so I can do a lot of, I'm going to be making this out of wood. Make it out of wood. The same distance. Huh, wonder why I did that. Let's actually get rid of this piece. And let's do this. Let's go 2, 2. See, I really want to do 3 because of what my goal plan is. Alright, so let's do this, and then alright. Is chat still running good? Yeah. Alright, Chris, enjoy. I've been looking into the Duet Wi-Fi as an upgraded board for the cube. All right, we're gonna grab this. We're gonna go to create. Let's see, rotate around this point. Select there, access. All right. So that's going to give me a giant coin, essentially. That's going to be way too damn big. All right, so what are we looking at? Yeah, 360 degrees, that's fine. All right. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the maker coins in here and then fill that up to about this point, or maybe higher, with aqua resin. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. I've thought about yeah, that's my plan. And then I'm going to bring this with me to ERRF next year. So let's go ahead and let's create, let's see, let's do a sketch. Let's do a circle. Should I do a circle or a square? Or a triangle, I guess. Yeah, see you later, Chris. I don't know. I could really do anything. I want it to be kind of roundish. At least that's the plan. So yeah, let's do round. Let's do a circle. All right. Now let's hit E to extrude this. Come up like this. Whoa. Really? You're going to do that to me? I want you to take both of them so we can cut them out of there. All right. Then we're going to grab this, and I believe that we can... Oh, shoot. What was it? Rotate, maybe? No, that's not it. All right, man. Enjoy your night. Take it easy. Let's see. Oh, darn. I forgot what I was going to do. Coil. That's nice. Pattern. Oh, there we go. Circular pattern. All right, let's see. Do faces. Select axis. Gonna go around here. 3. How about 8? You think 8 is too many? Revolve. Revolve, that's the one. 8. 10. I think it's making them smaller. Maybe 15. 15 would be massive. But I think that would look really good. And then what I want to do is just to make sure, actually let's go back, because I want to kind of add into this. Sweep. Modify. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Now let's see if you can. Back. All right. Back. All right. Modify. Let's see if I can make this do what I want. 1. 2. Nope. 2 is too far. 2 breaks it. 0.5. See what this looks like. See, this is going to be super awkward. Yeah, that figures. Of course it's going to break. Whoops. Go back. Alright. This is what I get for fiddling around with stuff. Could do the notches on the inside curve. I could. That's not a bad idea. I got myself lost. Whee! Alright. Let's see. I kind of want to round these out. I wonder if I can. I wonder if it'll let me. Let's grab that one. Grab that one. Let's go over here. Let's grab that one and that one. I know it's probably not going to let me. Let's do... you let go of that one. Why did you let go of that one? One? Nah, I think that looks bad. Alright, so let's just grab this. Right. Pattern, circular pattern. Select access. We'll go here. Let's do 15. Alright. And then let's see if I can do it on the inside. That actually wasn't a bad idea. Alright. Six. 7. 8. 8's right to the line. Should I go all the way to the line, maybe? For each individual coin to be placed in. No, actually, it's not for each individual coin. I mean, it's not going to be individually. My plan is to place all of the maker coins that I got inside of here. And then I'm going to sculpt this out of wood. 2x4s and stuff like that, essentially. Using an angle grinder and some chisels and stuff like that. Is the plan. I'm not entirely sure how well that's going to work, but that's why I'm doing this. 5. Maybe, whoa, not 54. How about 4? Let's see what 4 looks like. Shall we? You're gonna... Six. Great. What'd you do? Alright, so let's stop the sketch. I'm gonna have to cheat, aren't I? Undo. Undo. Alright. Put in the middle of the ones on the outside. Okay. Four. Let's see, can I hide this for a second? That's the whole body. There we go. I got all of it. All right. Hey, that worked. All right, so then we're going to do this. We'll go to create, pattern, circle pattern, and I think we did 15. Was that right? I gotta run. Bye, everybody. See you later. Bye, Karn. That actually looks really good. I like that. That was a good idea. All right, so the question is, it's 5, 10, 11, 12. That might be a bit of a problem. 12, because that's okay. I can fix that later. Looking at the board that I'm using versus the size, but I can make that work. That actually looks really cool. All right, so now we need to do something. So again, essentially the way this is going to work is I'm going to sculpt this completely. The curve on the inside needs to match the peak on the outside. Up to here, you think? Well, we could do that, or I can reduce. Does not matter. Maybe I should make the curves on the outside smaller. Maybe. That way they're at around about the same distance. I don't know. I think it looks really good. Like that. It's not a bad idea. All right, so we're assuming that this is the top because it says top up here. Let's see. Now, do you think maybe I should put along the top on here, like East Coast Rip Rap Festival, and then maybe 2018 at the bottom or something like that? Do an actual, like, I can either inset them into the wood, into this, and then print out 3D printed letters around about the same size and fit those into there, and then seal them in. Or I can fill those slots in with colored resin so that it says it. Or, and this will be the much harder thing to do, is to add, you know, let's just do this. Let's see. We need the, let's do text. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Trying to offset the pattern. Okay, I got you. All right, let's see. What the hell? Not sure what to do from here. There's lots of stuff I can do. Essentially, adding in and out of kind of the plan. But again, I'm not sure. But I think maybe from here to here, right, East Coast Rip Rap Festival. And then down here at the bottom, do 2018. The hardest part is getting the letters right. All right. Then the angle we would want 45. No, don't want that. Let's see. I wonder if I could bend it. Oh yeah, it'll definitely fit all the coins, that's for sure. That's 24 inches from side to side. And then it'll be about 48 inches big, roughly around about. But I'm thinking about adding in doing the East Coast strip wrap around here, but I've never done text at an angle like that. I don't know if it can be done on here or not. Insert text into the active sketch. Use text as a profile to create 3D geometry. Insertion point to input the text. Modify the format of the text in the text dialog box. Okay. Stop sketch. Text. I want you to be here. You're going to be at least, what is that, 5 inches? Oh, crap. Alright, undo. Let's see. Can you curve text? I'm not even sure if that's possible. I'm on the right area, I know that. Let's try, well, let's try one word at a time. How about that? So let's do east. There you are. Let's rotate you around. Let's do this. Jesus. Okay, that's not going to work. That's too big. 4? I may have to do each one letter on each valley. On side. Oh! You know, that's not a bad idea. Let's see. Okay, oh, top. All right, so do I have enough for that? East COASTRIPRAP. I could do East Coast riprap, pretty much cover it. Let's see. Or I could do up here at the top ERRP or ERRP or ERRF. ERRF. East Coast 20 spaces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 spaces. You know, I'm not entirely sure. Let's figure it out. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. It's a lot of it. Let's see. I wonder what that would look like at 20. Yeah, only one way to find out. Alright, let's get back to the top. Yeah, I can do 2018 on top. Yeah, we could actually 1, 2, 3. If I do EASTCOASTRIPRAP, that would work. East Coast riprap. And then do 2018 in here. All right. Oh, God, no, don't do that. All right, let's see. This could take a minute. E. Let's rotate you out. East Coast. Let's do 5. Way too big. 4. Still too big. That's not bad. Let's tilt it a bit. I have an idea that you could talk to Chris about Huh? My cat's being destructive. Alright. Now the question is, let's rotate this. Oh, let me rotate it. Of course not. ERRF2018 coin possibly would solve a lot of the problems. Let's try extruding this out. Alright, this is going to be super cheaty. Extrude. What do you think about that? Does that, because then from the top, if it comes out like that, it will be able to be red, and it's obviously going to be a different color. Or I can sink it down past where it was. I'm not sure on that one.
Hey, are you not? You want out, baby? No, you want treats.
I'm really debating on if I should if I should keep the hole there, if I should keep it as a hole and then fill it with resin or a 3D print. If I go halfway.
I think the hole would work better.
I'm not sure.
That's what your cat did outside your office door and protested not being able to get in. Figure I'd let you know.
Oh, Ken, you're a genius. Oh, that does look good. Hang on, let's see if we can...
Sorry.
It's fine.
I thought I muted it.
5. Maybe 0.5?
Have fun, dear.
Let's... I want to go down... Negative 0.25, maybe? Let's try negative 0.15. Kind of like that. That way it's protruding at the top but not at the bottom. Thinking something like that, Kit. It would essentially look like that does look really good. All right, so let's get the... Yeah, it's a different look. It's not bad. It's really not a bad look at all. I like it. Whoa. Oh God, what'd I do? Alright, so let's go here. Let's do sketch, text. Where did you go? Where did you go? Alright, so let's go here. Let's do A. Was it 3.5? Alright. Come on. A. 3.5. Let's do that. And we'll do this. Nope, don't do that. What are you do? What are you doing? Ah, damn it! See, that's what I get for fucking around. Stop sketch. Sketch A. Alright, let's try this again. 3.5. Spin it around like that. CA. Okay. CA, and Let's do... Yeah, I know, right? There's probably a software that'll let me do it better than what I'm using. A, and then S 3.5. S, and then T. Let's do T here. T 3.5. Woot. That is not 3.5. It can't be. Oh, that's why. My bad. I used a lowercase s. All right. We'll do C 3.5. This is where I get carried away with doing this, and then I don't pay attention and misspell it, and everybody laughs at me. It'd be great. COA. I think it's S and then T. S. T 3.5. Yeah, I do apologize if this is getting super boring. There probably should be a hyphen between east and coast. Unfortunately, if I do that, I won't be able to fit in riprap on here. So I'm going to skip it. Though, good for you on being grammar specific. We're going to ignore it and hope nobody notices. I'm sure somebody will point it out. Let's see. So, I mean, since I'm just fiddling around, and this is live, talk to me, guys. Tell me kind of what stuff you're working on. Have you printed anything new? Have you designed anything new? Ken and John, have you guys built another printer yet? I've been working on my two under threes. Neither one of them have level beds or both freaking warped. Put glass on both of them. Oh, okay. Printing parts right now. Yes, more printers. I changed the design of the rails. Oh, okay. Yeah, my wife wants me to get a printer designed, a printer like the one that you two had at ERRF. She wants me to get one designed like that and have it up and running. She was like, "Look at the accuracy they're getting. Look at these great prints they're getting." Obviously, it's the printer. I said it's probably all skill of the people operating it. It probably has nothing to do with the printer. Okay, cool. Yeah, you'll definitely have to show me when you get it up. Alright, let's see. Last thing was a new carriage for my Titan. I wanted the motor pressed up against the rails instead of going to the side. Okay. I may or may not be debating. My cat is sitting in the top desk drawer next to me now. Cool. That's awesome. My cat is at the office door whining, trying to get out of the office. And I would let him out, but as soon as I let him out, he will then proceed to whine at the door to get back in. Alright, let's see. I forgot what I was doing there for a minute. Yeah, mine. I think my cats are more complaining that the doors are closed and that they can't just freely go wherever the hell they want. Less to do with them actually wanting to get into a place. A, and then the last one will be P. Let's do P. Now, mind you, if it wasn't for the fact that I was going to be giving this to the East Coast RepRap crew, I would so be changing all of the letters, all the vowels into leet. Just because that's kind of who I am. Alright, so let's see. Let's grab this. This. Oh, come on. Come on. That one. Oh, God. What did I do? I'm making myself dizzy. Alright, stop. Just... If you hold down shift and then hit the middle mouse button to move things around, it goes all cattywampus on you. I completely forgot about that. Alright, so let's do extrude. And let's go to this angle. Let's go down. There. Now comes the fun part of lining everything back up. Nope, nope, stop. Alright, E here. Alright, let's try that. So let's do that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I'll stop saying that one now, since that's obviously probably getting super annoying. I almost froze it. Did you see that? Alright, kid. I have to say that was an ingenious idea. That was wonderful. That was a good idea. That looks really, really neat all the way around. Oh, that looks cool. That does look cool. All right. East Coast RepRap. Yep. That does look really neat. And once it gets put together, it will look cool too. So, again, my plan is to all of the maker coins that I've gotten, and if you were at ERRF and you did not have a maker coin, essentially, that is essentially a plan, Ron, which this could be dropped down and made smaller. But this one currently is almost 4 foot in diameter, I think is what the current size of it is. This I'm going to make, physically make it. And in here in the center, you'll see the flattened out area here. In here, I'm going to put in all the maker coins that I gathered from this year's ERRF. And then I'm going to, yeah, and make it, it's going to be a frame. Thank you, dear. And I'm gonna lay all the maker coins in there, and I'm gonna fill it up with aqua resin. That's the plan. That way, they're safe and secure in there. It'll be permanent. And I'm gonna bring this with me when I go to ERRF. Yeah, bar top resin. Absolutely. That's the exact idea. Bar top resin or art resin or something like that. And they'll be nicely sealed underneath there. And I think I'm gonna do track lighting, the track lighting, and run it around the inside here, and then feed the cord out over here somewhere, and seal it up. And that way we'll have lights in there as well. But I think it'll look really neat. I could use clear epoxy as well. It pretty much depends on what I can get my hands on. Clear epoxy would work really well as well. Currently, with where I'm at in the country, I have to order it offline because there's no place around here where I'm at in Virginia to get it. Yeah, see, that's why I think Gunner might be right. I think the best bet would probably be to use an epoxy, something that doesn't heat up. Amazon epoxy resin crystal clear coating. Let me take a look at that real fast, John. Epoxy resin kit. Does this get... You're like my Google expert, man. I'm telling you. In less than a couple of seconds, John finds an epoxy resin that does not heat up when it's laid down. But yeah, this is, if you go to the link that John just posted up and you look at the pictures of kind of what's there, that's kind of what I want to do with this coin. With this coin, the full build video of kind of what I'm gonna do will be up. I'll put up on the channel so you guys can see exactly how I do everything. But that is a brilliant idea. Epoxy resin, 1 gallon kit. I think 1 gallon might do exactly what I want it to do. I'm not sure. I will have to order this on Monday when I get paid. Oh, that's super neat. Does that heat up? Let's see. Let's double check to make sure. 1-to-1 mix ratio by volume, high gloss, UV resistant formula. Okay. Professional grade, high gloss, water resistant. Yeah, did it, and it didn't heat up on you, did it? Oh, do they? See, I've never seen... See, I do a lot... I build a lot of armor. And, this resin here that I put on here, this is a hardened epoxy resin. And this is just paper that it's on. And this is... It's rock hard now. But... This yellowed out on me real bad, and this is what I got from Lowe's, and it went super yellow on me, and I didn't like it, so I want to make sure that I get it. Not that you remember, it did not get hot. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, and then this will be set up, and then I'm not sure. This is where the part comes in to kind of like play for me is that here's kind of the main decision. Is this is obviously going to be made. This thing is going to be almost 4 foot in diameter, roughly roundabout, after it's done being. But my plan next year is to have a kind of let everybody know in advance that I'm going to be doing this again for the coins I get next year. And so if I have to make it bigger, I have to make it bigger. I really don't care. But for this one, I don't know whether I'm going to put a frame backing on it so that it can stand up, or if I should put table legs on it and bring the epoxy resin all the way up to this level here, which I might do that anyways, is bring the epoxy that high. And that way it's it actually turns into an actual coin. Pyro, what's going on, bud? Yeah, this is the thing I was telling you about. But yeah, I think I'm gonna fill the epoxy all the way up, and I can either put a frame behind it, or I can grilled cheese, or I can actually put table legs underneath of it, like 4 table legs. You tweeted me a pic. Let's see.
Did we meet 3D Medic Vice?
I don't think we met 3D Medic. Oh yeah, I love grilled cheese. Oh yeah, okay. That looks really good. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, my wife made me grilled cheese. But yeah, like I was...
No, I made me grilled cheese
Well,
and shared.
she made her grilled cheese and then gave me some. But what do you guys think I should do with... If... It's not an if. I'm going to be making this. And if I fill the aqua resin all the way up to here, with all the maker coins in here, and I may do them in different layers, so that all the different coins are existing in, like, 3-dimensional space. Should I make it an actual, like, table? She's keeping all the vases. She's not gonna find homes for any of them.
But no, there's no homes for them around the house yet, but there will be. I just haven't had a chance. I've been working since I got back.
Can you go get my juice out of the bag, please?
Out of where?
Out of my book bag. Should be out in the other room, right on the couch.
How did it end up in your book bag?
Because I don't need to carry it around. Let me take a look. I have not gotten anything from you yet, Gunner.
He's a little busy at the moment.
What'd she say?
I'll take care of it.
Okay. I need an idea how to measure vibrations on this VS regular one. Aha. Huh. This is your, looks like your main carriage, support carriage for your, that's okay. I need an idea how to measure vibrations on this VS.
So,
And the guy who's exists on the channel with me, Bones, he's the other guy that shows up on the channel. He ordered his CR10 S. It should be here Friday. And he would actually be in the stream with me, but his network's been down since yesterday.
your cat decided she wanted to drink your water. This was all over the kitchen floor now.
Nice.
And her.
Yeah, this coin turned out really well. This, I can't stress this enough. This letter idea, Ken, was brilliant. It's gonna be hard for me to do.
Yay, more sawdust.
Well, see, here's the thing. I can either carve those out, or I can print out all the different letters on the printers, or I can have them do it. These guys, kind of like a community project. If anybody would, I mean, there's a few of you here still. What do you think? Do you think maybe we should do that? Would any of you be interested in printing out one of the letters to go into this? Just use 3-axis acceleration sensor and graph out the motions. You could do that. 3-axis acceleration sensor.
Whose is this? Oh, hey, Pyros.
Yeah, that's 8 Pyro Designs.
I just picked it up. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 8 Pyros and his wife's in there as well.
Yay, Heather.
8 Pyro, I'm not sure if you're still here. My wife said next time you need to bring your wife.
Uh-huh.
Or she's going to send you back in a box to get her.
Not a box. I'll pack him back up in a suitcase.
But yeah, I could definitely turn it into a table for the first one, or like a stand. It's going to be heavy. I mean, the epoxy resin is not going to be light.
Hey, dear.
Which is why the bulk of this is going to be built out of wood to take the weight. Yes.
We don't have space for another table.
It's going to be a collapsible table that's going to be put together at ERRF.
Okay.
To show off. The thing is that I'm planning on taking this with me to ERRF, and I'm not planning on bringing it back.
Who are you planning on giving it to?
Probably Chris.
All that hard work getting the buttons.
Getting the buttons?
Or the coins. I keep calling them buttons.
They're not buttons, they're maker coins. This is a bigger maker coin. But, did you get the printers working, by the way? Okay, printer update, because I went over this earlier. Printer update. The G-Tech works fine. I'm having a bit of issues with, I ended up with a major clog, and because of the way the system is set up, they were positioned perfectly, so since I had to pull the entire hot end apart to unclog it, the piece is out of alignment, so I've got to put it back together, but it's fine. As for the Hypercube, I got the new boards that I needed. the new ramps board, and the new controllers. Plugged all those in. Was still getting the massive amount of temperature fluctuation.
Ken likes me.
And
He calls them buttons too.
shut up, you. I lost my train of thought.
Hypercube got everything plugged in, still didn't work because the fans are busted.
No, the fans were not wired up correctly. I fixed those, but I was still getting massive temperature differences to the point where the Hypercube was shutting down because it was overheating. But it was overheating in like 4 seconds, and I wasn't sure exactly why that was happening. Turns out that the thermistor that plugs into the V6 hot end was cracked very badly. So that new piece will be here Monday. Then the Hypercube will be working. That was probably my fault from taking it apart.
Knock on wood.
Ken, my plan for the maker coins or buttons is I'm going to glue them down to the bottom with either CA glue or hot glue or something like that, and probably put pins underneath some of them so they come up higher, or glue them, like do like an inch layer at a time or something, or half-inch layer at a time. Thank you, Gunner. Buttons go on shirts. Now watch. Ken and John are going to print out Maker Coin buttons to go on one of the shirts that they wear next year. I just want to point that out. If
That'd
you
be
do that,
awesome.
I want a set.
That would be awesome. And they can make them all sorts of colors so they match the rest of their table.
But yeah. Well, my plan is to make this for the first one, and then next year, if it's gonna be bigger or whichever, I have plans to actually do this, and essentially I'm going to have a place for all the coins to be turned in at next year. Super glue can leave a white residue. Okay. That's a great idea. Need a resin printer to do that. That's very true. Because of the detail, we would need a resin printer. He would need a resin printer.
We need an SLA printer. We need lots of printers. What am I talking about?
A resin printer is an SLA printer.
I didn't know that. I'm still learning. Man.
You saw that. I was attacked.
No, they can't because I'm out of camera.
Oh yeah, and you hit the shoulder that was also out of camera. But yeah, I will save this.
It looks really good, dude. I like it.
Yeah, I think it turned out really well. That's why I wanted to make this on the stream. So, all right, next decision, guys. Since I kind of have your attention, there's a few of you here. So, what do you think? Do you think that the letters that are on here, the East Coast riprap, do you think that these should be carved out of the essential piece of wood when I do it so it's solid? Or should I leave the cavities in place and then have all the letters printed out out of PLA or ABS or whichever, printed out on the printers? Now, that being said, if they are printed out, we can actually let some other people be involved in this, and you guys can print out the letters. I can set the letters up for proper dimension to go into the coin, give them out, and you guys can print them out, and I can add them into the coin. That is entirely up to you. My wife's picking on me.
Have the letters printed out.
Okay.
I think you should have the letters printed. I think that would work better considering what the East Coast Rip Rap Festival represents. I think it would work really well like that.
Right, and all the maker coins will be in here, and then the East Coast Rip Rap part of it will be printed out. And that way it'll go through.
Oh, please no more wood.
Or inlaid with another wood. You know, Roy, that's not a bad idea either. I can do a couple of different woods for that.
And I'm planning on staining all of it. So it'll all be stained so it'll look really nice. And you guys will see kind of everything I do with it.
Yes.
I did
so.
I did get your coin. I don't know where my coins went at the moment.
I believe they're what we kicked across the floor when you put down my box.
Nope. I was in here and was talking to them. I did get one of your coins. I did get one of your coins.
Is that where the cup goes?
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
If I printed a letter, I'd probably do it in translucent color with LEDs behind the to light it up.
That would be awesome.
You know, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, you were one of the first coins that I got.
Yeah, you were one of the first coins that we got. Because you were literally right next to us. We were at ERRF, we were on our left side was Canadian Maker Project, and on the right was John and Ken.
And behind us was James. We had an all-out party.
Yeah, it was great. We had a really good time. Though that being said, next year...
we're not going to be as chaotically a mess.
We're not going to be as much of a mess, but I am... because of how much fun I had, I think I'm going to try to aim to be between Ken and John and Canadian Maker Project again. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys.
And I learned a lot from you guys. It was awesome.
Okay. Hot glue or E6000. Okay, John.
Oh. You said that before the super glue was wet residue.
Right, I'm just backtracking. A great time. Good. I'm glad you had a great time. You guys were fun to hang out with. But yeah, so hot glue or E6000. We have loads of hot glue, so we'll definitely have enough for that.
Yeah, we have a little bit of it.
Yeah, we have a little bit. Yeah, translucent PLA isn't a bad idea, considering the fact I'm planning on wanting to put track lighting in the center. I keep clicking onto XSplit thinking that that's the actual screen. But I'm planning on putting translucent lighting in here anyways. I might be able to drill through and put lighting behind some of the letters as well. And we could really light it up if we wanted to do translucent PLA. I only have clear PLA at the moment from Ziltech.
We ended up with a couple different clear ones.
Yeah. I also ended up with a clear ABS, which is a little different.
Hey, you told me to go get freebies.
No, that's fine. I got... I love all the free filament. But yeah. Okay, well, let's jump back over here. But yeah, this was fun. This was enjoyable. I really enjoyed this. And maybe what I'll do is I'm definitely gonna save the coin that y'all have helped me make tonight and turn this into a reality. And maybe I'll shrink it down as well to something that's like maybe 50 millimeters across and upload it up and see if I can get it accepted as the official ERRF maker coin, because it looks really good. I think it was a decent idea. You should send it to Chris. Yeah, no, that's yeah, I should. My general plan is this table when I'm done with it is to give it to Chris, to take home with him, next year or get it out to him sometime. He doesn't live that far from me. Yeah, because I'll definitely be taking it to Earth with me next year, and then I'll give it to Chris or something. But no, what he means send the actual coin, the 50mm coin, when we shrink it down.
No such thing as a strange question unless you're asking. Never mind.
There are such thing as strange questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Go on and ask.
I was gonna say there's no such thing as a strange question unless it's about blah, 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 blah. And I realize that's not appropriate for YouTube.
Yeah, I don't don't do that.
I filtered myself.
What's your question, Gunnar?
Technically, in our area, it's rednecks. And rednecks have more teeth than hillbillies.
Technically, we're classified as rednecks.
Not us. Everybody around us.
In the general area. But I believe that it is a difference of which I do not know. If you go over the state line into West Virginia, it's definitely hillbillies over there.
I think it's qualified under the category of, like, overalls and banjos as well. Because you don't see rednecks with that. You see them with the flag and their guns. Hillbillies you see stereotyped with the overalls and banjo. And straw hats.
There you go.
No, swamp people are just swamp people.
Yes, swamp people are probably hillbillies.
They probably fall in the category, yeah.
I mean, I think if you can play dueling banjos, that classifies you as a hillbilly.
No.
Do you go mudding? I do not go mudding. Personally, I have gone before. Wet hillbillies. I have gone mudding before. It's been quite a while. I had a buddy that was real big into it. He had a Jeep that he would take and do mudding with, but that is up there with NASCAR for me. It seems interesting to the people that do it. I just don't see the point.
Hey, look, you're taking another left turn.
But then again, I don't watch that many sports either. Soccer's a big thing right now, or football, I guess is what they call it now, or should be called, or so. I don't freaking know. Either or, I don't watch a lot of sports. He may fit in as hillbilly or redneck. I'm not 100% sure.
I would ask country that one without trying to be insulting. I think country's just his own classification.
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
qualify
know.
him as his own.
Bunch of random weird. See, that's the biggest problem with this country is that it's not everybody else referring to it as like rednecks and hillbillies and stuff like that. We gave all of ourselves those names. Okay, and most of the country has tried to segregate itself away from everybody else with different terms of hillbilly and redneck and stuff like that. I'm just a geek. Okay, that's just all I am.
Well, there's different types of Southern too, Ken, because there's his Southern and, like, good old-fashioned Southern boy that I wish he would bring out that accent more often.
A good old boy.
Uh-huh. Like the Southern Belle type Southern.
But yeah, this was a good stream. I had a lot of fun, guys. So what do you think? Should I stream more often? Should we get on here and talk more? I know that I probably am never gonna stream like James and 3D something They just stream their printers. I don't think I'm ever gonna do that. I think that's an interesting thing to do, but I'm more into time lapses myself. That's fair. Yeah, print and play. James from Print and Play. Yeah, he'll stream his printing, which is fine. I personally don't have a problem with it. I just don't watch it. I'll kick into there sometimes and kind of just let it run.
To keep his computer awake.
To keep my computer awake. But other than that, I really don't get on there to do it that way. But, again, I don't have a problem with it. I'd rather sit down and talk with you guys. I think that would be a lot more fun.
He also likes talking about himself even though he doesn't admit it.
What she said.
Way to go. What? You woke me up.
All
Now
right.
you got to deal with it. Re-energized me. Took like an hour-long nap.
Oh, fun. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm probably going to call this here. This was extremely entertaining. I really enjoyed the company. And thank you to all the new subscribers that I got. That was over expected. I liked watching you design. I really.
No.
One more question. Do you have a bucket to spit in on your porch? No, I don't. Yeah, good night. Yeah, well, my general plan, Ken, along those lines, is that I could definitely get on and do more design stuff in Fusion 360 to kind of show you exactly how to use it. Again, I'm not a professional with it. I don't use it on a regular basis, so we'll be learning together. Matt Johnson, what's going on? Have a good night. But yeah, I could definitely do that. I could definitely stream more and do more stuff like that. That would be fun. And I will also be streaming some of my video editing. I know that I do have a lot of experience with, and John from You Do It has showed interest and wanted to see me do some video editing stuff so that he can learn some of the tricks and shortcuts and stuff like that to get used to it. So I will be definitely doing that. Have a good night, Red. Yeah, I agree. The interaction is fun. That's what I really enjoy about streaming. That's what I think streaming is about, is interaction. Plus, it gives me a chance to do what the whole entire purpose of me starting up a YouTube channel is for, and that's building a community. And this is what this is. And you guys are awesome. Outright, this is great. I'm having such a blast. And I'm really enjoying the fact that you guys stopped by. Like my wife said, you guys pick on me, so it's cool.
Hey, I can't do it all myself. I try. Ow!
For the record, my wife just dropped a Dragon Ball on her foot. The 1-star Dragon Ball.
Give me. Okay.
Don't pick on the plague.
I'll pick on the plague all I want. I'm married to it.
I look like the plague. You don't even know the reference, do you? It's from it's from an old movie called Hackers.
I think you've told me this before.
Yeah. Gunnar actually pointed it out the last time I streamed, that I looked like the plague.
Oh yeah, I remember that conversation. Oh.
Have a good night, guys. I'll see you later.